Well, this is something that was on my mind, not because it's particularly newsy, but I was watching Cano in the Caribbean World Series over the weekend and tweeted that he got to hit a single. There's all this, buy him out. He's a cheater. Get rid of him. And I just found that kind of interesting. I don't claim to have the answers, but I do know that it's generally clean players like Anthony Recker who have problems with PED guys, not typically fans, especially if that player is really productive. And if you go back and look at Cano in his last season with the Mets in 2020, he was tremendously productive, still a really high quality major league hitter. Was he using PEDs? Yes, it appears that he was. It appears that he has been at various points in his career, but that's not usually enough to make fans dislike somebody. Is it race? There's the issue, of course, where he got called lazy as a Yankee for not running out ground balls. When a lazy person doesn't play more than 150 games a year for 11 years in a row, so there's a little bit of an unfortunate stereotype being applied there. Is it the fact that he was traded for a top prospect in Jared Kelenic, a trade that fans don't like? Well, Kelenic hasn't produced yet for the Mariners, and Edwin Diaz, who's part of that trade, and Cano have been productive for the Mets for the most part. So, I don't claim to have an answer, but I find this to be kind of mysterious. Cano is good. That's usually enough for fans.
Yeah, look, I think there's definitely something to what Andy's saying. He knows that why I have issues with Robinson Cano. Outside of that, I think, look, there's the Yankee, he came up as a Yankee, and the Mets fans may not like that. Obviously, he has been caught cheating. Maybe some fans don't like that. He did get off to a slow start here in New York. If you look at his first and second half splits in 2019, first half was much slower, second half picked it up. So when you consider some of that, along with the trade, along with the fact that he was a Yankee, you put it all together, that's the only reason I can think of, really, that Mets have so much vitriol, as you put it, towards him.
And Terry, I'm interested to hear your perspective. Why do you think Cano hasn't been loved by this fan base?
Well, I will tell you this. New York Mets fans, they're blue-collar fans, and they like guys who grind it out, who show up every day and leave it on the field. And Robinson's been one of those kind of guys who, once in a while, like Andy said, he doesn't run balls out real hard, or he doesn't something, he kind of goes, the game's kind of easy for him at times. And, sometimes that doesn't sit with many Mets fans.